Welcome back to the kitchen at Andersen Acres. Today we are going to be making a multi-seeded white bread. And I call it a white bread only because the vast majority of the flour is white. There is a little bit of whole wheat flour in this recipe that just brings out the flavor of the seeds that we are going to also put in this dough. So let's get started. I am going to use my bread maker to mix the dough. It is only going to mix, knead, and allow for the first rise. I will be working the dough by itself. I'm not going to bake it in the bread maker. So the first ingredient is 1 cup of water. Lukewarm temperature is best, but if you have cold water, just let it warm up to room temp. It's fine. Don't worry about it. We are going to do 1 to 2 tablespoons of butter. You can use margarine. There is so much going on in this bread that you really won't notice the difference between butter and margarine. Even though I am using butter, you can get away with margarine, no big deal. Then we are going to put in 1 teaspoon of salt. Any salt you've got around will be just fine. That was just a regular table salt, but sea salt, Himalayan, doesn't matter. 1 tablespoon of sugar, just your regular white sugar, and it's only a tablespoon, so not a ton. So now we're going to start in on our seeds. The first thing we're going to do is sunflower seeds. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to put 3 tablespoons of sunflower seeds. I didn't have these pre-measured. I just have my bucket sitting here beside me. I go through a lot of sunflower seeds. So 3 tablespoons of sunflower seeds. You want about a teaspoon of flax seeds. So not a ton of flax seeds, but some. You want about a teaspoon of poppy seed. You can go a little more or a little less on the poppy seed if you really like it or you really don't. It's fine. The sesame seeds, you want 1 to 2 tablespoons. I'm doing about 2 tablespoons, but you might want to go up to, you might want to reduce it to 1 if you don't love sesame. Then we're going to do the black sesame seeds. These are really important. I'm going to put 2 teaspoons worth of black sesame seeds. They are delicious and they really bring out the flavor in this particular bread. Then we're going to do 1/2 cup of whole wheat flour. Just dump that right in there. And 2.5 cups of whatever you normally make your bread with. So I'm using all-purpose, but you might be using a bread flour. That's fine too. So whatever flour you happen to use. So that little bit of whole wheat will just kind of punch up the flavor in this particular bread. Finally, we want 1 heaping teaspoon of yeast. I'm using bread machine yeast. You can also use quick rise in your bread maker. If you're doing it by hand, you can still use a quick rise yeast, or you could do a traditional yeast that has to be dissolved in water. Either way, the results will be the same. So now we're going to pop this in the bread maker. We are going to come back in about 1.5 hours, maybe a little more, until when this is completed its first rise, because that's what we want to wait for. You obviously don't need to check on it if you are putting it in the bread maker, except to make sure that you have enough liquid and enough flour. Remember to adjust a little bit depending on the humidity in your home. So we'll be back just as soon as the dough is done. All right, so our dough is ready. Look at all those nice seeds in there. This is a fantastic, fantastic dough. So what you want to do is take your dough and smash all the air out of it. Just give it a good smash. Okay, all the air is smashed out. You want to take a bread pan. I'm using this lovely square bread pan to get an exact square loaf because I want to use it for grilled cheese and it's perfect. So I'm just going to take some cooking spray and spray this generously. Yes, it's non-stick, but this particular pan does stick pretty well. We're going to take our dough, shape it into a nice oblong loaf. Get that seed back in there, and just pop it in. Spray the top of this, and slide it on. Now we just set this aside to rise like we would any bread. It'll probably take about 45 to 60 minutes. I'm going to stick it in the microwave because the microwave kind of controls heat and humidity. I'm not going to turn the microwave on. I'm simply going to put it in the microwave, allow that to retain the humidity so my dough doesn't dry out. I will put a link to this particular bread pan because someone's going to ask. It's a fantastic bread pan. I absolutely recommend it. So we're going to come back after this has risen. It'll probably take about an hour. All right, so our bread has risen. Looks pretty good. You're not waiting for the bread to entirely fill the pan, because remember, bread rises a little bit in the oven. So if we waited until the dough reached the very edges, it would completely overfill the pan. So if you are using a square pan like this, what you want to do is make sure there's a little bit of space for it to rise in the oven. Okay, then we're going to slide the lid back on. We are going to preheat the oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit, and we are going to bake this loaf for 25 to 30 minutes. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pop it in the oven. We'll come back once it has baked and cooled for about 20 minutes. All right, our bread has been cooling for 20 minutes. Let's take it out of the bread pan. Always let your bread cool before you remove it from the bread pan, just for a little bit, just so that it finishes cooking and has some stability. There you have it. That is our multi-seeded white bread. Now, of course, you can use any bread pan you like. You could turn this into buns, you could turn it into sub buns or hot dog buns. It's entirely up to you. I made it square because I am going to make grilled cheese sandwiches later on. So thanks for watching here today in the kitchen at Andersen Acres. If you would like to see more of our baking videos, don't forget to like and subscribe so that we can keep baking for you and you don't miss a single baking video. We'll see you tomorrow.